My gorgeous Libra, let me just tell you something and let me give you the advice. This is going to be really important. This month in July 2019, you have to remember, just be yourself. Be yourself, be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. Do what you want to do how you feel, react to the way, react to things in the way you want to react. Just be yourself. It's very important because on the 23rd of July 2019, you are going to be tested. On the 23rd of July 2019, you are going to be tested, and this is going to be an important time for you because most certainly it is going to be the moment in time that is just going to become the beginning of a really powerful and significant unfoldment when it comes to you, when it comes to your life, and when it comes to you wanting to kind of get hold of the certain opportunity, you wanting to get hold of the certain opportunity, you wanting to grab certain opportunity that is going to really move your life from one point to another, like wow. It's going to skip so much. Karmically, this is going to be an important moment in time because it's going to help you to jump really fast. Jump quite a lot. Jump by a huge mile, much further than what you would normally jump, because this means that you are going to have a really wonderful opportunity for an advancement. But this is going to be so good because what you're going to have to do and what you're going to have to remember at this moment in time in particular is that basically it's just like a be yourself, and just like if you feel like a little bit of nervousness, if you feel like you're under some kind of test, if you like someone is watching you, if people are like kind of like judging you or something like that, you just don't have to worry about that at all. Let me just tell you that your energy is going to be very strong. Your energy is going to be very powerful. On one hand, you're going to be very intuitive. On another hand, you're going to be grounding yourself. You're going to be able to ground yourself really easily. So you're going to have a lovely combination of energy. So you don't have to worry about absolutely anything. All you have to do is just keep on being yourself, because you're going to be part of the journey and part of the experience where you're gonna kind of like really lose a little bit of sense here, and you will kind of want to do, you will want to act, you will want to react how people would want you to react, but the actual outcome and the secret is going to be in you being you. It's very important on this day. It's so important for you to remember, what do you feel like? You see, what do you feel like doing? What is drawn to you? What words are in your mind? What words are in your head? And especially like what's in your mind, like it just come kind of completely out of the blue, because there is a certain like a problem that is going to come to an end, and conclusion to a certain issue, a certain problem that is also going to happen on this particular day, and that is going to be a significant starting point, because what is going to happen, this is going to be the whole new hope and the control over the situation that you are going to have. What else you're gonna need to, oh gosh, you see, look at them, two of them, I'm gonna show you, three of them actually came out, and these are so significant. Look at this. You're about to rediscover yourself. This is going to be the start of something really big, the start of something really significant. You're also going to realize that there were lots of things were holding you down, lots of things were preventing you to move on, lots of things were like kind of in your life, my God, you just went through so much, you were worrying quite a lot actually, my gorgeous Libra, you were worrying a lot, and you just kind of didn't even realize how much this actually took away from you. You have a very strong energy, you have a very strong power, so when it comes to the actual manifestation and things like that, you can kind of hold yourself and preventing yourself, you can prevent yourself to move on, from people moving on in life by worrying, but without even realizing. And this is why the actual combination in between spirituality, work, career, everything is just going to be very strong throughout July, but especially on this particular day. It's going to be very strong, it's going to be very powerful, and it's just going to make you feel really good. What else I was going to say, this is the second card, you see. This is the second card, but basically when it comes to July, this is when it comes to the actual July in general. And this is going to be an important time. You're going to be very sharp, you're going to be very strong, you're going to be very significant. Throughout the month, you will have a powerful energy. Throughout the month, when I say the powerful energy, which means that you have to do as much as you can, you have to try as much as you can, but especially when it comes to the advanced levels of where you are, what you do, and where you want to get. Although the very tricky situation is going to to be that you are going to feel like a little bit like, oh no, maybe not as sharp, or you're going to feel like a not as powerful, not as significant. But the bottom line is, just remember my words and do go with this wonderful energy, do go with this wonderful flow, because also when it comes to the actual negotiations and things like that, when it comes to the actual, this is the third card, you see, when it comes to the actual negotiations and making the right decisions and the actual outcome throughout July, this is going to be absolutely brilliant. So if you do have any outcome, if you do have any negotiations, if you do have any things like that, if you do have any big decisions to make, if you want to buy something really big and really good, if you do it throughout July, it is going to go a really long way, because you're going to have this sharpness, you're going to be very powerful, your intuitive mind is going to be very strong. And all I have to say as well is just so important that throughout July, you just have to follow your own intuition. Follow, because your own intuition is not going to lead you astray. And there is something very in particular that is just constantly going to be at the back of your mind. There is a big change coming, my gorgeous Libras, a big change is coming. But that big change is going to come with your personal, particular spiritual journey, and July is most certainly going to be the time when you're just going to have something on your mind, and that something on your mind is just going to be the part of your home, part of you, part of where you live, part of what you do on a daily basis. But it's also a lot to do with emotional life, a lot to do with your love life, emotional lives, people around your families, it's something that something that you became aware of, something that you're going to need to make like a little adjustment, certain adjustment. You were unsure, but most certainly this is going to be the right moment in time, and you will see exactly what I mean. When it comes to the actual number, now, what can I say? You have number 13, number 1, 3. It's an amazing number, it's a spiritual number, it's a powerful number, but at the same time, it's telling you that you're going to be absolutely blown away with your own success. You're absolutely going to be blown away with a certain unfoldment of events that you're going to have. No matter what I say to you, you're going to be surprised. No matter what I say to you, you're going to be like blown away. No matter what I say to you, this is going to be like, this is something that is really going to surprise you. It's going to shake you to the point, and it's going to make you realize, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. This is so strong, unbelievable. In July, I can tell you that this most certainly is going to be the most significant month that you had so far, and this is going to be life-changing. And partially it's because your spiritual journey is getting to the certain point, partially because you're going to have the right energy and balance, and partially because karmically you are reaching a very important moment in time, the ending, but also most certainly the new beginning. I can tell you that the opportunity that you are going to have this month is going to change your life. Okay, the opportunity is going to be the advancement, the opportunity is going to be the whole new level, the whole new stage of your journey. It is all to do with an advancement, it is all to do with a certain message, it is all to do with a certain request that you're also going to have. It's not going to be as easy, but it's going to be, you're going to find this very challenging, but throughout this challenging situation, you're also going to rediscover something about yourself. But then on another hand, you are going to gain the control over the situation in your life, and in the final it's going to feel like that, like very strongly and very solidly and very powerfully. I'm not saying to you that you didn't have a control over the situation in your life before, but I'm just saying that evidently something is going to happen, and it's just going to make it very powerful, and it's going to help you to realize that there is a certain completion. It's coming to an end. It's coming very close, very close, very close. As early you do it, the better it's going to be. You have a certain magic, earth magic around you, which means that you are going to have at the same time your own rebirth, which is going to help you to reflect in a completely different way. And the outcome is going to be love, beauty, perfection, and the harmony that you're going to feel this month as well. Harmony with the people, harmony around the people, and it's just going to help you with many different situations, because you will see what I mean. It is just going to help you to kind of reach the certain conclusion and come to the bottom of the certain problems when it comes to the certain problems and the certain issues with certain people in your life. Very, very important moment in time, because this is going to be life-changing. This is going to be all about a new start. This is going to be all about a new beginning, but also it is just a beautiful energy and optimism that you're going to have, and it looks like you're just going to start to live again and enjoy yourself again. I'm not saying that you didn't live again, you didn't enjoy yourself, but it's just this feeling, this feeling that was missing. And this happens very often, this happens because you have a very strong power of your mind, and you kind of blocked yourself, from having more options in your life, and we can do this. This is what worrying does. Worrying and thinking, it's like creating a certain energy, and that energy that is created is just that cloud that I'm keep on saying, cloud that I'm keep on talking about, that is just cloud around us without even realizing, you know, we have it. And then when we walk, when we are living our lives, you know, we just kind of get used to it basically. So now it's the moment in time when you're just going to become aware of this cloud. You're going to become aware of the certain issues, and you're also going to become aware of the facts, what is actually bringing you down and what is actually preventing you reaching your full potential, and what is kind of preventing you to move on. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, what else I was going to say, that this month is going to be quite significant when it comes to you. Okay, this month it's also going to be like a really beautiful combination that you are going to have, the combination in between you and the actual relationships, and the combination in between your success. Everything is just going to be beautifully balanced out, but it's also going to be a wonderful idea. Because of that balance, there is a really interesting idea that you are going to have, and the idea that you are going to have is just going to become very strongly evident at around the end of the month in particular. It's going to be so much connected to your home, and it's also going to be connected to you doing something really important that you wanted to do when it comes to your home, when it comes to your immediate surrounding. This is so important because whatever you do, it's going to go a long way. What else I was going to say about July is just basically, you see, again, it's the sharpness, it's the power, it's the new beginning, it's the energy, anything you want to, anything new you want to do, anything new you want to try. But especially when it comes to work, and especially when it comes to like those things where you are uncertain, that you don't have the right and maybe knowledge about certain things, you are going to have a sacred knowledge, you are going to have a sacred power throughout July. Okay. Now, when it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous Libras, when it comes to the actual health, it is going to be very important now again for you to drink, I said this before, green tea. Throughout this month, if you could drink green tea, it would be absolutely brilliant. Just make sure it's like organic, and the green tea has got absolutely wonderful combination of antioxidants, and it's really good for you, and it's really good to flush out the toxins. This is going to be really important because you will have a certain toxins to flush out of the body. I can see it, and that's why I need you to drink like a lots of green tea. Try to not take sugar, please. I can't stand sugar, you know. Try to not take sugar. Maybe if you need a little bit of sweetener, take like some kind of honey or even stevia. Stevia is normally okay. Stevia is way better than normal sugar. And also try to have like a little squeeze of lemon in. It's going to be so important as well for the same thing, but the lemon needs to be organic, and lemon also needs to be like a non-waxed, unwaxed lemon. On another hand, what else I was going to say, please, a little bit of draining amounts that you are going to have, but it's not going to affect you in that particular way. But I would still suggest you to keep on taking spirulina. I know I'm on about spirulina all the time, but it's just so important because I see, especially when it comes to the energy levels, you know, the first thing on my mind is like spirulina, of course, because spirulina can help you like to have this energy and to feel much better, like almost immediately. Not like coffee. Coffee is like all full of chemicals and all that. Normally nowadays everything is, you know, but it's just like a spirulina just does it so beautifully. It's the spirulina, is the sea vegetable. I'm obsessed with spirulina myself because it helps with so many different ways. It's going to boost your immune system on one hand, it's going to help you with digestion, but it's also going to help you with the tiredness. Try to get spirulina. I know you're going to need it this month, throughout the month, because it is going to be draining and tiring a little bit, but not like, oh god, I can't walk, you know, not like that, but it's just going to really help your performance. You're going to do well, but it's going to help your performance indeed. If you get spirulina, you know, I always say get organic without any horrible ingredients or any rubbish or anything like that in, because they put all sorts of chemicals, and also try to make it organic. You can take spirulina like in a tablet form, or you can take a spirulina like in the actual powder form. Now I have to say to you that I've tried all these things, and it's just the basic spirulina in a powder form can be a little bit strong. The spirulina in a tablet form is much easier, you see. So I would highly suggest probably tablet form rather than it's all pure spirulina anyway. Tablet, when I say tablet, it sounds like, oh, tablet, you know, but it's spirulina, natural spirulina, okay? And also, if you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant, if you are breastfeeding, you need to check with your doctor, or you need to check with your GP, because only your doctor, only your GP can tell you whether this can interact with your medications or not. But I would highly, highly, highly suggest this. Now, my gorgeous Libra, 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 Libra. Libra. I'm going to start with the first day for you, my gorgeous Libra, and it's going to be on the 4th of July. Now, the 4th of July, it is just going to be like a very important friendship, very important relationship that is just going to come forward. This relationship is just going to be everything. This relationship is just going to help you to open your eyes on one hand. It's going to help you to start living on another hand, and it's also going to remind you what a real happiness is, what a real excitement is. I'm not saying that you don't know what a real happiness and real excitement is, but I'm just saying that maybe, for the last like about 3 or 4 months, you were just kind of like maybe bringing yourself down because of the certain issues, and this bringing yourself down prevents you to enjoy yourself, prevents you to be happy, prevents you to reach your full potential when it comes to the actual happiness, because we worry so much that sometimes we don't understand how much we actually block ourselves. And sometimes, especially in a situation like this, when somebody wonderful comes into our lives, like this person here, beautiful, wonderful person, wonderful relationship, it's so significant, so important. They don't have to be our lover or something like that. They can be friend, a really important relationship that is just happens right there at the right time, like beautifully with our own energy, very powerful. And it's exactly what we needed in order to see our reflection, in order to understand something really important about ourselves and about that person, about this relationship, and something important to understand about ourselves through this relationship with this person, which is going to be really significant, because through this relationship and this person, you will realize that someone is not who they are, someone is not who they claim to be, somebody who is like a little bit of like a user that was around you, somebody who was like a not really nice person was around you, like a little bit miserable, not very generous, and somebody who is like a little bit of a user. And this is going to be the very interesting realization that you are going to have, and that is just also going to be very significant for you, because on one hand it's going to help you to move on another hand, a whole new stage and a whole new beginning of an unfoldment is going to happen here. This is a very deep and this is a very complex situation, because by the end of the day, this day is going to reflect on you in a really beautiful way, because sometimes, we do need people in our lives that are actually making us feel really good. We do need people in our lives that are making you feel ecstatic, which also means that you need to see who is toxic around you, who is having this toxic effect on you around you, who is making you feel unwell, who is making you feel negative, who is like affecting your spirituality and affecting your grounding. This is really important, because toxic people sadly have got this very strong energy that is like really toxic and really bad, and it can affect us in so many ways. It's the best is always to surround ourselves with the people that are like us, people that are making you feel good, people that are making us feel okay, not people that are making us feel toxic. So there is someone that is around you that is really making you feel toxic, and you need to see who this is. It is just going to be very important for you when you realize this, because it's also going to help you it's going to help you to rediscover yourself, and it's also going to kind of make you realize how wise you are. There is something really wise and beautiful that you are going to realize through this situation. Okay, so you need to realize who this is. On another hand, it's just basically going to be a good news from somebody also who means to you a lot, like a male person in your family, male person in your life, somebody who is like very powerful in many different ways, like that you think about this person very highly. That person is going to have a wonderful accomplishment, but then again, that is going to mean to you something quite a lot, because at the same time you will kind of start seeing somebody, you will kind of start getting somebody who you should really look up to, and this is the right person to look up to. When we look up to the right people, this is actually really good. We need to always be ourselves. We always have to make sure that we are ourselves, but I'm saying it's really good to look up to the right people, especially when it comes to the spirituality, especially when it comes to the success, and especially those people that are having absolutely perfect work-life balance. This is somebody who you think it's actually really highly, somebody who's connected to you, but you think very highly of this person. So there is going to be an inspiration that you're going to gain through this person on the 4th of July, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant, because it's just going to help to kind of like realize certain pathways around you that you wouldn't normally realize. On another hand, what else I was going to say, you see, there is a very important time on the 4th of July, because for those of you that are single, you see, at around this time, 4th and 5th of July are going to be like, ooh la la, because there is somebody really cute going to walk into your life. There is somebody that is going to become part of your life, part of your journey. You will not know who this is just yet, but this is going to be the moment in time when this person is going to be around you. This person is going to manifest you. This person is going to manifest around you in between 4th and 5th in July, and you will not even know they're there. They will notice you first. So for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, somebody is going to notice you, and this is going to be the beginning of something really special. This is going to be the beginning of something really significant, because you're going to immediately feel really bright about it. But also, on another hand, you will suddenly feel like you want to kind of do things quickly. You want to do things soon. You will want to jump. You will want to do a really big jump, because you will feel like when you meet this person, when you come across this person, you're going to feel very special inside. You're going to feel very warm, okay? You're going to feel really good, and you're going to feel like how you haven't felt for a long time. But also, you will feel like you knew this person for absolute ages, and you will kind of see your life like stretching so far with this person. But normally you wouldn't think like that, and this is because this is going to be somebody very, very special indeed. Okay, what else I was going to, the second important day, my gorgeous Libra, is going to be on the 14th of July. The 14th, 1-4 of July, it's going to help you to realize a certain unrealistic attitude and certain imagination that it's maybe not going to kind of happen. And it's just like, you know, of course, you know, this manifestation, something that the certain direction, you know, the certain judgment that you made like about within the last couple of years, and that it's a lot to do with a certain progress that you wanted to have, but it didn't happen. And this is also going to be an important moment in time, because what you're going to realize here, that it's very important for you to move on from the situation that is no longer working for you anymore. This situation is really, and this is really important to also single out, because you're not going to have this was preventing you to have a change. This was slowing you down. This was slowing you down because energetically you were focusing towards something that it's not going to work anymore. It came to an end, and this is in a completion that is going to be significant, because as soon as you realize this, you know, something else is going to become available to you. Very wise time indeed, because you are going to feel wise. Your third psychic eye is going to be like, hello darling, you know, like really huge, but hello darling. But then again, it's like basically it's the wise. There is a wise option that you're going to make. There's a wise choice that you are going to make. This is so good. It's going to confuse you a little bit, but it's so much to do with a certain reflection from the past. It's going to bring you an insight, and most certainly after this moment in time, by the time the 14th of July finished, by the end of that day, there's already going to be an amazing, mind-blowing, absolutely fantastic progress that you are going to have. Okay, this is going to be good, this is going to be brilliant, and the whole new kind of like a beautiful influence you're going to have, and whole motivation is just going to be so good. This success and motivation are going to really basically motivate you so much. This is absolutely brilliant. Now, red carnelian is something that I would highly suggest you to wear throughout July 2019. And this red carnelian comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain. And the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying these crystals, you're also supporting my channel, I have to say. But I would highly suggest you to wear a carnelian throughout July 2019, because what carnelian is going to do, carnelian is actually going to help you a lot with the communication, a lot to express yourself. It's like similar to rose quartz, but it's slightly different, because at the same time it's going to help you with the grounding, and at the same time it's going to help you to be very sharp and to kind of see things crystal clear. It's very beautiful, it's very gentle, and I highly suggest you to get this and to wear this throughout July. Even August is going to be very important for you to wear carnelian. It's really good, and it's going to help you to express yourself. The third important date that I would like you to pay attention to, my gorgeous Libras, is going to be on the 28th of July. Now, this is why I get really excited. This was absolutely brilliant. The 28th of July, it's actually going to be amazing from the very first moment you open your mind. Open your mind, open your eyes. Basically, on the 28th of July, you need to pay attention. If you can just, I hope you watch this before that time, because you will need to, or you may remember what is going to be the first thing on your mind in the morning, but try to make sure that you remember what is the very first thing on your mind on the 28th of July. As soon as you wake up, as soon as you open your eyes, see what you feel connected to, see what's the very first thing in your mind, and that is a very important moment in time for you, because you're going to need to pay attention to that. You're going to need to pay attention to that because you're going to need to add up something into it. There's a one thing, but there need to be two. Do you know what I mean? You will know what I mean on the 28th of July in the morning. On another hand, what else I was going to say, you see, what I like here is just a whole new beginning that is going to happen, and it's going to happen in the form of you feeling very optimistic, you feeling really good, and that energy and that power is going to be so strong that it's actually going to bring you a really interesting prospect. That prospect that you are going to have, it's going to become the new direction, and as more as you're thinking about, the more powerful and the more solid you're going to think about it. But you will know that the other people are going to be benefited from it as well. It's not going to happen just like that overnight, but it's going to be a fantastic beginning of something really amazing and brilliant. You also need to watch for an omen. An omen is going to come in any form of a little animal. An animal is going to be doing something significant, or see what's around the animal, see what the animal means, see what the animal, is doing. See what the symbolic meaning of that animal is, and at the same time also see what you were thinking at around the time and how you can put the symbolic meaning of this animal there. How do you feel? And it's just going to bring your own powerful feeling, on a powerful realization. On another hand, what else I was going to say is just absolutely brilliant, and this is going to be a really fantastic completion, because you will realize that there is an adjustment that you're going to need to make in order to go for it, in order to do this prospect. You're going to need to make a little bit of change, which is brilliant, and it's absolutely amazing. But the bottom line, it is going to be absolutely wonderful completion that you're going to have at this moment in time. And also the certain trip or certain journey is going to become evident. If you can book trip or journey on this day or at around this time, it will be fantastic, absolutely fantastic, bombastic, because also at the same time something spiritual and something powerful, something absolutely out of the world is going to happen to you. But it is going to come down and boil down to a certain idea that you are going to have through this experience. On another hand, there is also going to be the certain advice that you are going to need to have, certain advice that you are going to need to make, and there is also going to be on the 28th of July somebody who is like a really, you look up to a certain person, somebody very nice, somebody so beautiful, a female person, somebody who is very loving, somebody who is very sympathetic, somebody who is very beautiful, and it is just going to be somebody who knows you really well. It is going to be a little bit of advice that you are going to need. You're just going to need a little bit of like a vavavoom advice, whether you're on the right track, whether you're on the right journey, by having some kind of like a confirmation from somebody who you know. And most certainly this is going to be good. Most certainly this is going to be brilliant. This is going to be life-changing, because you are going to get a great determination, initiative, strength, force, activity, power, success. This is absolutely mind-blowing. You are going to have a sharpness you never had before. You're going to feel powerful like you've never felt before, and that in itself is just going to make you feel like you're on top of the world. Not only you're in for really big months, not only you're in for really big changes, but this is going to be something that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, because straight away you are going to have a resolution to a certain problem, like a conclusion that you're going to have, and you're going to be able to relax, you're going to be able to move on. It is going to bring you beautiful feeling. By the end of the day, compromise, there is going to need to be a certain compromise, but most certainly this is going to be the whole new inspiration that is going to come through and forward. You will want to now on this day, at around the 20th of July, you will want to reconnect with your friends, reconnect with the people in your life. Please do so, because this is going to be an important moment in time, but there is also going to be a certain realization that you are going to get through this situation. You need to do this because there is something that you will learn, something that you will hear, something that is going to become evident, but it's so much to do with you having a fun, with you meeting with the people that you really know, that know you really well, and the outcome that is going to come out of it is going to be very interesting indeed. you're going to learn something, sorry, and you're going to realize something about one of the people, one of your connections. And what you're going to realize is going to help you with certain things on your journey indeed, you see. And it's also going to help you to make a certain decision, but it's going to be whole swift activity and change after that moment, after that point, okay? What else I was going to say is just basically now going on the first part of July 2019. I'm so happy for you, my gorgeous Libra, because it's all about your own recognition. I see somebody being like a little bit jealous, you know, somebody's going to be like a little bit jealous, you know, like of your own success. But what I highly suggest you to get like something like a black tourmaline, black obsidian. Black obsidian is brilliant, especially when it comes to the jealousy. And you know, sometimes people are, and of course people are jealous all the time, you know, this is normal. Jealousy, I suppose, it's a normal reaction, you know, it depends what it is. But when it comes to your own success, I don't like this. So there is going to be somebody who's going to come 2 or 3 months like around you this month that is going to be quite like jealous, and that person unfortunately, sadly, has got a very strong energy. Now this is where the problem, this is where the issue starts, because if people are jealous, they don't love us, we don't love them, and then they basically jealous of our success. It's wrong. But jealous in this way, when they don't like us, you see, this energy can like kind of like affect us, you see. And this is why we protect ourselves. You know, you can get something like a black obsidian. It's absolutely brilliant. That's another thing that I would like you to wear throughout July, and alongside with the carnelian. It's absolutely fine. And black obsidian is going to help you to protect yourself against all sorts of negative energy, but especially when it comes to people with you know, an evil eye, and especially when it comes to people who are jealous of a success and something like that. Don't worry, don't get too paranoid or something like that, or someone is jealous. You know, it's just a little bit of like a maybe somebody's competition, or it's just maybe just a little bit of jealousy. But the problem is just not that person, how they are, what they do, but it's their energy is just a little bit stronger than it should be. And that's why I'm saying to protect yourself with something like this. This comes with a black this comes with a sterling silver and setting and sterling silver chain. And to buy this, it's in the link is in the description below. And by buying this, you're also supporting this channel as well, of course. But this is something I would like you to wear, because it's going to help you like to protect yourself. On another hand, now let's forget about that person. So now basically it's like about your own recognition. This is brilliant. It's a huge point, huge moment in time that you're going to have right at the beginning of July, and this is going to also kind of like open your eyes. It's going to make you pay attention towards the certain stage in your life, especially when it comes to your home, and especially when it comes to your changes, making certain changes. There's a big change that you will want to make. You will want to kind of like really do things in your home. It's just so important to do like a little bit of smudging, you know, like a sage stick. I have no idea where my sage stick is, like here, but it's like so important to do the smudging at home. And this is especially the very first week of July. Actually the very first 2 weeks are going to be like really important. The whole July is going to be important to smudge, but especially the first 2 weeks, it's just going to be super important to smudge the home. Basically it's the sage stick, you know. I just do it all the time, and just like if you can close all the windows and just smudge everywhere, like you light the sage. People have been doing this for absolute years, hundreds of years, and have a little sauce underneath because it's quite messy. Go into every single room in the house, make sure it's smudged, smoke, and then open the window at the end. And as the smoke goes out, the energy and negative energy goes away. But at the same time, you're also going to smudge yourself, and because when you're smudging your home, you're also cleansing yourself. And if you feel like a little bit sick 2 or 3 days later, or the second day or 2 days later, that's actually quite good, because it means that you had a huge amount of negative energy in you, and it's just cleansing you out, which is good. 2 days after that, after feeling drained, then you're going to feel absolutely fantastic. Okay, so this is something that you should really do. If you would like to buy a sage stick, the link is in the description below. You can also get this from my channel. What else I was going to say? Yeah, it's determination that is going to grow when it comes to your home, and when it comes to like a focusing on your home. This is important because it's going to help you to make certain changes, to do certain changes, and it's also going to help you to start living again, because the whole new determination is going to come through this, which means that it's just something that is going to be absolutely perfect for you to do. On another hand, there is going to be like a little disappointed when it comes to a little bit of like a heartbreaking situation that I'm seeing here. Something is not going to work that right. Something is not going to work that perfect with somebody else. And it's also going to be very much so connected to the family, very much so connected to the people around you. And you know, it's going to make you think, and it's going to make you realize something, you know. It's going to make you realize that there's certain changes that's about to happen. There's certain changes that have affected this relationship, this person, and that affected you on another hand. That is actually going to be an interesting point in time, because this in itself is going to make you think. This in itself is going to make you wonder, and that, believe me or not, is going to make you make your mind go slightly further when it comes to the certain balance, and when it comes to the certain synchronicity with somebody. There is something that you're going to think of that is going to be really important, and the bottom line that is going to happen here, it's actually going to be the fact that it's just going to be like, again, a victory and mental clarity. This is going to be so good and so significant, because the whole new inspiration is going to come through, because now it looks like somebody that you didn't get on with, somebody you had problems with, somebody you had a really big issue with. It's like a person in your life, like a full on. It is just this is going to come to an end, and this is so good because it's going to make you feel so much better. You're going to be able to relax after this moment in time. The synchronicity is coming, and it is going to reflect on you in a really nice way. You're going to feel quite strong, and you're going to feel quite good after this moment, because believe me or not, this person is going to play an important role when it comes to the certain change. You couldn't kind of like really move on with your life until you sorted out the problems and issues with this particular person. Okay, now the second part of July 2019, my gorgeous Libras, it's actually going to be, when it comes to the actual practicality and security, there is going to be like a little bit of a problem, because something is not going to make you feel that good. Something is not going to make you feel that optimistic. Some kind of optimism is just kind of going to go away, and you will not know what to do. But then you will know that the changes are coming. There is a really big unfoldment of changes that you are going to have, and this is why what you're doing now, it's at this very moment in time, it's going to be just affected to the point that you will want to kind of make sure that something with your own security, when it comes to your own future, is actually sorted out. You will want to make things really strong. You will want to make things really solid. You will want to make things really powerful here. And it's all about a certain teacher, certain spiritual teacher, somebody who you think of really highly, somebody who's very powerful, somebody who's very significant in your life, somebody who makes you feel really good. It's actually going to give you wonderful advice. Think who you feel really powerful of. Think who you really like in your life, like a teacher, like a spiritual teacher, spiritual guru. It could even be like somebody like me, somebody who gives you an advice, like not necessarily directly to you, but like, physically like that. But it's just like basically, it depends. However, you will have your own teacher here that is just going to give you a wonderful advice, and what you need to do, what you need to do. There will be a moment when you're going to feel like a little bit of lost moment in time, and that in itself is going to reflect on you, like exactly, you will just be unsure what to do. All you need to do is just basically keep on being committed to the task at hand. Just remember that, keep on being committed to the task at hand, because there is going to be the moment that it's going to be like a mini little tsunami, mini little wave that is going to go over, and that is just going to cloud everything for a few moments, and all you need to do is just keep on being committed to the task at hand. And you know what? This is going to be the moment in time that's going to be very significant, very powerful, and this is going to be literally life-changing. Staying committed to the task at hand is going to bring something very special into your life, especially when it comes to your professional life, especially when it comes to your career, especially when it comes to your finances. But for those of you that are retired, when it comes to those things that are actually very solid, when it comes to the changes, all those obstacles that are there, that are standing, in between you and the certain changes when it comes to the actual future planning. This is absolutely brilliant. The situation is going to change, and you're going to be able to kind of secure your security and power. This is going to be brilliant, and this is going to be solid, this is going to be strong, and you're also going to be able to kind of, there are a couple of things that are going to be on your mind by the time we get to the third part of July, the last part of July 2019. It is just going to be absolutely mind-blowing, absolutely life-changing, absolutely life-shaking. Absolutely brilliant, because what is going to happen, there are two things that are going to be on your mind. These two things are going to be with a new beginning. These two things are also going to be the part of the process. These two things are also going to require from you to have a little bit of hermit moment, because you will not too sure what to do, and most certainly the power of your mind is going to be really strong. The end of July is going to bring you a hermit moment. It's so good, which means that it's going to last just one day. And what is going to happen with this hermit moment is the fact that basically you're going to have a very strong connection in between. It is going to be a very strong connection in between this world and the spirit world. The veil is going to be at its thinnest, just like it's like for Halloween or Samhain. I call it Samhain, but it's Halloween. But this is a very strong particular day when the spirit world is at it, and when the actual veil in between this world and the spirit world it's at its thinnest. And that means that you will be receiving all sorts of informations, and that means that your spirit guides are going to be dragging you to come closer. That means that your angels will want you to come closer, and that means that you're going to feel a little bit weird, like in a way that you want to like kind of like a step away from the situation and just like kind of have one day to think about something really important, because you're going to kind of be a little bit confused. You're going to have your own hermit moment, but this is an important time because at the same time your spirit guides will be kind of calling you to come closer and to tell you something really important. That's why you have to remember that you need to follow your own intuition. You need to follow your own intuition, because what is going to happen, your own intuition is just going to really literally tell you and help you which is the direction that you will go. An important completion, important end at the end of July. It's going to also at the same time give you an option to kind of like go somewhere and express yourself in a completely different way, and that expression is again going to kind of help you to find out something about you, something about a certain skill, and something about what you do and what would you like to do next. It's so important, because what else is going to happen, a little bit of situation when at the end of July something is also going to happen when it comes to the actual certain situation in your life. It's going to happen at the end of July where you will have a little bit of a setback, and it's going to surprise you, and it's just going to affect like a certain energy when it comes to the certain energy flow in between few people, because something is going to happen, and it is not going to be the best situation, but it's just going to be somebody's bad reaction towards somebody else. It's also going to make you very wise. So out of the negative situation, out of the bad situation, you're actually going to come on top, because it's not even to do with you, but you will be aware of it. It's going to be like in front of you, it is going to be around you, but you're just going to realize something really absolutely extraordinary about yourself, about your life, about the way people can be and what people can do and the way people react in certain situations. You know, it's just going to kind of make you much wiser. On another hand, indecisive situation is just going to become really evident at the end of July, and this is going to be, you will have a victory, and this victory and mental clarity over indecisive situation. And this is something that's been in your part of your mind for quite a while, for a long time, and it's to do with a certain possession. It's to do with something that belongs to you, and that is going to be very strong, because there is also going to be like a little bit of conflict with somebody else. There was already conflict with somebody else. That is going to come back, and that is going to be sorted. That is going to be really good, and that is going to have an amazing outcome, because after that conflict, it's going to be brilliant. And after this indecisive situations, it's going to be brilliant, because what is going to happen, it is going to give you a vision that is going to change your life, vision that is going to reflect on your whole life, vision that is going to give a literal rebirth, a vision that is going to make it to make a really huge, massive decision when it comes to your home, when it comes to your immediate environment, and most certainly when it comes to the whole new start in your life. This is so good, so good, so good, and I can feel your excitement, I can feel your happiness, and I can feel how ecstatic you're actually going to feel. Okay, so now my gorgeous Libras, I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you that are in relationship. Now, there is going to be a really important application that your partner will need to do. Your partner will need to learn something so strong and so significant that your partner will need to learn something. This is so strong, this is so important, because this is just going to become the very important and integral part, not only of your partner's journey, but of your relationship. So there is a wonderful learning experience that your partner is going to become part of, but just make sure that they don't miss it. It's going to be very easy to miss it. Yeah, you look at it and then you forget about it, you see. So that's why it's just so important to actually not to waste the time, to just basically go for it. On another hand, the whole new, I can't believe I took this card again. On another hand, it's the whole new actually experience that you are going to have through this, you know, and it's the whole new beginning, you know, it's the inspiration inspiration that you are going to have through your partner, and that is absolutely fantastic. Okay, on another hand, you know, when it comes to the certain money, and when it comes to the certain some kind of financial situation, this is most certainly going to be very significant months, because there is going to be a progress. Your partner is going to get a really nice initiative here. Your partner is going to feel really optimistic. Maybe your partner was down, your partner didn't feel well lately or something like that. You know, it's very important, but it's just your partner was working hard, your partner was focusing a lot, and on some kind of money and some kind of finances. The bottom line is there is a certain financial situation that is just going to turn, that is going to change for the better when it comes to your partner, when it comes to something that your partner was expecting, and that in itself is going to reflect lovely on you indeed. Also, you can expect a certain trip or journey. If you can make a certain trip or journey together this month, it would be fantastic. Okay, because it's going to be brilliant for your both balance. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle for the cards. For those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle, you better go out and enjoy yourself, because someone is going to come through this month and it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Somebody is going to come through, somebody is going to come forward, somebody that is just going to become a very strong part of your life, somebody that is just going to really kind of become very strongly connected to you, and you are just going to need to kind of go out, and you're just going to need to kind of explore as much as you can, and it is going to happen at a moment in time when you just kind of least expect it. This person is going to look at you first. This person is going to see you first. This person is going to like you first. This person is going to choose you first. But it's not going to be able to choose you if you're sitting at home, if you're sitting in your little room, you know, and things like that. I suppose, yeah, it could happen, you know, if you're like on some kind of dating site, you know, because the dating sites you could also like use for these things, you know, even internet, you know, even social networks, you know, you can feel people, you can feel situation, you can feel energy, you can feel karma, of course, you can feel everything, you know, and when things are meant to happen, they're meant to happen. But I'm just saying to go with the flow. It's always good to go out there. It's always good at the same time to rediscover yourself, to rediscover things in your life, to rediscover your feelings and emotions, and then, you know, it's just like it's so much better, because through experience this actually happens while you are kind of in touch with people. So there is someone very special that is going to become the part of your journey, and that person is just going to have an absolutely fantastic absolutely fantastic influence in you. Look at what is going to happen. You're about to meet someone very special, and this person is going to help you with your own life. This person is going to help you with your own rebirth. This person is also going to help you to look at your life from a whole different angle, and it's just like, especially those things that were just getting on your nerves, and those things that were making you unhappy. This beautiful person is actually going to help you to feel so much better, and it's going to help you to like kind of fill those spots, you know, in your life, fill those areas where there was somebody missing. Emotionally, it's just going to be somebody who you've never met before. Emotionally is going to be somebody very powerful and very significant indeed. This person is going to have a huge, massive influence and impact on your life indeed. Okay, because it's going to bring you a wonderful balance. It's going to bring you a wonderful force. But as I said, this person is just going to notice you first. So all what you need to do is basically go out there and just you know, enjoy yourself, have a great time, and then this person is going to come through. This person is going to come forward. It's just somebody whom you will also you will be able to stretch your mind so far. You will able to see your future so far, and this is because this person is meant to be the part of your journey. Okay, my gorgeous Libras, I'm telling you, it's time to go out and enjoy yourself. Do as much as you can. Also explore as much as you can. Be as adventurous as you can, because this person is coming, and this person is to stay, and it's going to happen in such a complex way, because as I said, this person is going to notice you first. I know I said this million of times, but it's just so important for me to say, is just so you understand to go out and just enjoy yourself, and then you will be noticed. Okay, but it's important because it's going to happen in such a wonderful way, in such a complex way, and it's going to reflect on your life. First, it's going to confuse you a little bit, and the beginning is going to be very interesting, the way things are going to start developing and unfolding with these people. But it's just going to be somebody who is there to stay. It's going to be somebody whom you will be able to like kind of see yourself like 10 10 years later, like after 1 month, basically. Normally you wouldn't do this, but with this, it's just going to feel very strong, very powerful, and very solid indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Libras, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you all to bits. Okay, I'm sending you brightest blessings, healing, love, and light to every single one of you. Okay, my gorgeous Libras, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.